Hey guys, I am back from my vacation in Ohio. Oh my gosh, it was so nice to see all of my family. It is so wonderful that everybody's still so close out there. We got both sides of my family. My mom and my dad's side are pretty much all down there. But this trip was so extra special since it was my aunt and uncle's 60th birthday. They are twins, so it was a big surprise that a lot of us came. So I flew out there, just me, nothing exciting at the airport to report. I hadn't flown for so long, so I was like sitting next to this older gentleman and I was like, so are they gonna show a movie or? So apparently, at least my airlines doesn't do that anymore. I flew Southwest, so they have like a .com, and then you get their Wi-Fi so you can watch live TV. They have, I don't know, it was probably like around 10 channels to choose from. So I had that, thankfully. I just watched HGTV, House Hunters, I think it was like on repeat. So they didn't have very much variety, but at least it was something. So I landed at the airport, my dad came and picked me up, and wow, oh my gosh. All the trees, all the green, all the grass, oh, so beautiful. And I was kind of worried that it was gonna be a little too cold, but it felt amazing. I loved it. So I was lucky enough to be the first to arrive of the surprises, and I went up and knocked on my uncle's door. He opened the door and he took like a second. He just like stared at me and I was like, hey, I heard there's a party here. And he's like, what are you doing here? And it was like the coolest thing and lots of hugs and it was so nice. My mom and dad were already there. And then I got to witness everybody else coming. It was so awesome. All the people that he didn't know were flying out, flying in, and it was just awesome. So I hadn't been to my uncle's new house. He'd moved there maybe a couple years ago, and it is beautiful. Check this out, guys. Oh my gosh, he sits on 3 acres of just beautiful green grass, trees, and everything. So awesome. And my uncle also owns Mach 1 bowstrings, and he makes bowstrings for bows. And his workshop is so cool, so many different colors to choose from for your strings. So I'll link his website down below. Super nice guy, super awesome. So if you're into that sport, check him out. It was also super cool. My uncle brought up his camper so that we could all stay in it. So it's like having like a guest house, I guess. So it was super nice. I just want to show you around. It is really cool. And I just slept on the pull-out couch for the first couple nights, and then they let me inside the house because a lot of the guests left after the party. And oh my gosh, the day of the party, we got so many pictures. I can't really share them all with you guys because I don't want my relatives' faces all over the place, but it was so beautiful. It was a perfect day, and look at this sunset. Amazing. And when I unpacked, you guys saw that little Emma gave me this little snuggle, but she also gave me a letter. It was the sweetest thing ever. Let me show you. Look at that handwriting, so cute. So it says, "To Mom, we love you so much. We will miss you so much. We all love you so much. I love you and see you soon. Love you so much." Ooh, so cute. So whenever we go out of town and she gives us a little snuggle, I call my, and then she usually leaves a note actually, but they're my little, what do we call it? The smuggle snuggles. So she smuggled in some snuggles for me. So this little baby was right next to me in my bed. She's just so cute. So before I left, I had my duffel bag down here. I had it unzipped because I needed the makeup bag and stuff for the morning. And she came downstairs and she's like, "Mom, can I zip this up for you?" And I'm like, okay. And I kind of looked away and she put a little note in there, and she's just so sweet. So that was a fun surprise when I started unpacking all my stuff. The following day we headed down to another town, and it's just a really small town, but I feel like I grew up there because I would spend my summers there with my grandparents, and it was just so awesome to see everybody, see the town and how it's changed and not changed, and it was very cool to see everybody. And then we just hung out for a few days, and then I flew out. I really wanted to come back just to see my family, of course, but man, I love it out there. It's so nice to see everybody and be so close to everybody. And I'll tell you what, my aunt can make a mean margarita. Woo! We had some fun. Then we played games like dominoes and stuff, so that was really fun. And then they brought out the cornhole, of course, during the party. So that was awesome. Had a little fire pit. On my way back at the airport, they had to check my bag at security because I smuggled some chocolates from Heggies. You gotta get chocolates and nuts at Heggies. They're the best. It's like in Canton. I think they have a couple of them actually. So good. So good. They're all gone. They're gone. They're gone already. But that was fine, and the Cleveland airport is super awesome. I haven't been for, what was it, like 6 years? And they have like plugs to charge your stuff on the chairs in the gate, which is so awesome because, you know, we're always dying since we've been on a plane or traveling for so long. So that was nice. I got to just chill and like hook up and charge up my phone and stuff. Then when I was getting on the plane, and I was walking down a little bit, you know, you scope out who you want to sit next to and stuff. And so this older gentleman, he was so nice. This older gentleman, he spotted me and he's like, "You, here." And I'm like, sure, right? So I sit down next to him, nicest guy. We get to talking, and he lives, you know, in Phoenix, between Phoenix and Cleveland, like half the year type thing. And his son was traveling with him too. And he sat on the other side of me, but I was like, I sat down, I was like, "You were just looking for a skinny girl to sit in between." He's like, "Yep." And I'm like, "Alrighty." And I actually remembered to download some movies onto my Kindle before I took off, because I only had a couple movies on there, and they were like kids movies that I've seen a million times, right? So I downloaded Spaceballs and Great Outdoors. I just wanted some like funny, feel-good, dumb movies, you know, that you didn't have to think about. So I watched those, and after those two were done, I had like 30 minutes left to kill and just talked to my neighbors on the flight. So anyway, we had really good conversation and watched the movies and stuff, so it was nice. And then when I got off the plane, I got to see my babies. So, you know, Daddy and the babies drove up to come and pick me up. The kids were already on their jams because I think I landed at like, I don't know, 7 something. So they were already in their jammies, and oh my gosh, they couldn't wait. They couldn't wait for their hugs. It was so sweet. But I just wanted to tell you guys about my trip. I had a wonderful time, and I can't wait to go back. We're planning on going back and seeing everybody during the summer when the kids are out of school so they can actually come this time, because they were super jelly. They were super jelly that I got to go by myself. They wanted to go so bad. But it was just awesome. It was awesome having the reunion. It was awesome seeing everybody come in. They just kind of trickled in, you know. So they each had their moment with my uncle that didn't know they were coming. And it was really beautiful. Family really is everything, even if they drive you crazy sometimes. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this inspires you to give your family a big hug today. Go ahead and hit subscribe, thumbs up, check all the links down below, and I will see you next time.